Hello everybody and welcome to Evermizer Weekly Seed number 48 for the year 2024. We got a matchup today between NYRambler and Vultus. Let's see what our settings are. We have difficulty hard, boss rush is full. Oh boy, we get to experience the full fun of the entire boss rush at the end of the game. Let's see, the energy core is shuffled into the drops. All accessible is on. Pooled checks, Alchemy, bosses, and Gourd drops are all pooled together with the pool strategy being balanced. Let's see, Sniff ingredients are vanilla. Alchemy formulas are fully randomized. Call bead spells are fully randomized. We are allowing sequence breaks and wings for the glitches. And 179 experience and 272% dollars. Percent dollars? Percent gold? I have it written down as GP. 179 experience gain, 272% money gain. So Rambler decides to just walk on up, and decides to walk on back down. Vultus gets the skip. I don't know what Rambler's decision is here. The boy is still at full health. Oh, I think he was just setting up the dog. He was trying to get right on the edge of the scene transition to the north. That's what he was trying to set up. Oh, the boy! Rambler completely got by that flower. Got shot down to 1 health and has to redo the opening. Oh, that sucks. Got shot down to 1 health and released the Sniff on the dog to have him walk north, and instead of getting the skip, the boy got slapped down again. That's a rough start. That's annoying that you have to restart that. That's like, you know, a minute and a half time loss or something like that. That sucks. I don't think that we've picked up anything else interesting so far on Vultus's side. So we're just still running around with the femur. That's horrible. Poor Rambler. All right. So pretty commanding lead. There's the bazooka. Or there's the found bazooka. All right, Rambler, let's get it right this time. Let's let the boy take some damage. Let's let the boy get hit. Okay, this next one should definitely send the boy. All right, good. He made it. Okay, he's getting the skip. We're good now. Yeesh. All right, so nothing else really of note so far in the opening village, other than that bazooka, which is not helpful. We do not have infinite ammo on, but now that we have the bazooka, you know, there are 3 drops for 30 of each of the bazooka ammo types. Whatever it is. Thunderballs, Cryoblasts, and then I can't think of the other one. And the one in the middle. Particle bombs? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so now that the bazooka has been found, finding any one of those 3 drops will really help with taking down bosses. Especially since who knows what kind of alchemy is going to be discovered, and also if it's castable in the early part of the game. There's Rambler's bazooka. Vultus is done with all of the checks in the village and is headed east towards the Badlands. Empty bazooka in tow. So we're going to be seeing some fast leveling here. 179% experience, 272 for the money. Once again, as a reminder, so we got plenty of money to go around. A couple of boss kills will give us a lot of money for items, as well as being able to buy ingredients for alchemy spells. But the big thing it's going to come down to is just what spells are castable. But it definitely will be nice to have that, considering this is a hard difficulty, and we are going to be doing a full boss rush at the end of this. So, yeah. Having that extra money for armor. Maybe they'll buy, maybe the runners will actually buy armor this time. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe they'll just find some nice stuff. But you can't take time to equip any armor. Menuing is lost time. You can't be putting on helmets and stuff. Nobody has time for that. Precious seconds wasted in what is probably set up to be like a 2-hour playthrough. So Vultus is still over here grinding Skeletsnails, and Rambler is now done with the opening village and is on his way to do the same and get some revenge on some of these flowers. Vultus now continuing east and jumping in the whirlpool to go to the shop to pick up his Jaguar ring, and should have plenty of money to load up on petals and herbal essence if he wants to right here. He's going to check the gourds first. Just some nectar and some various ingredients. Rambler taking some time to level up against the Skeletsnails as well. Vultus done with his shopping and is now headed south through the quicksand, whirlpools. Has a couple of gourds to check before heading into the bugmuck. There's one, and here's this one up here on the ledge. Armor? Weak armor. Not great armor. Still armor nonetheless. Rambler's going to take a little bit more time leveling some stuff up. And a mammoth guard. Come on! They're handing you armor right now. Gave you a shell hat and a mammoth guard. Alright. Vultus talking to the hardball alchemist and learning acid rain. Is it castable? No! That is the least castable thing I think I've ever seen. Mud pepper and an atlas medallion? Alright, acid rain is right out of here. Not happening. And Vultus is on his way now to the big bug. Rambler has picked up his Jaguar ring and will be heading south in just a second. And we'll also find the laughable disappointment that is the acid rain alchemy spell in just a minute. Alright, Vultus heading into the big bug. He's got to run through this maze with the Everpupper Zoom on the way through. And that is the first half, the front half of the bug. Rambler picking up this last gourd here on the ledge in the Badlands, and now heading into the bug muck. Rambler actually taking some time to put on some armor. It's not much. It really isn't. It's sad how little armor that is. I actually don't know like how much of a difference that really makes. But it's something. Alright. Rambler's about to get the disappointment of acid rain. Yeah, no. Vultus starting his fight against Thrax here with nothing. No bazooka ammo, no spells to cast, no call beads found. Oh, he has a single thunderball, right, when you find the bazooka. But it does a third of the damage. All right, that's worth it for a single shot there. All right, so cool. That is one thing that I guess, I know that when you pick it up, the bazooka in Ebon Keep in the town, you get a single thunderball projectile, but I guess whenever you find the bazooka out in the world as well, you get one shot. So, I guess that's, yeah, that is pretty nice to pick up the bazooka right before the Thrax fight if it's going to deal 200 plus damage, considering the heart has, I believe, if I remember correctly, 600 health. So, Rambler now running through the back of the bug muck, jumping from leg to leg. The Vultus's boy getting dangerously low there, getting down to 7 health. But as long as you have 1 health The most important hit point, the only one that matters, is the last one. As we saw with Rambler earlier, with his attempt at the skip, that last hit point is very important. All right, Rambler now starting his fight against Thrax. Vultus is now in the second phase where the ribcage is just wide open, and he's switching back and forth between the boy. There it is! The boy and the dog. So Thrax goes down for Vultus as Rambler is starting his fight. Oh, he's just gonna fire the... I think he hit the arm. Yeah, he hit an arm for 224. Oh, no. But takes down the arm, so levels up in the middle of the fight. I don't know if that's really helpful. Levels up a second time. Okay. Hey. Sure. Why not? The Laser Lance, one of the most powerful weapons in the game. The Neutron Blade, the Laser Lance, and the Atom Smasher all dealing 50 damage. And having a throwing weapon and being able to move a little bit faster, since running with the Lance, the animation's a little faster. On top of now having access to getting into fighting the Megatar. Hey, there's an Atlas Medallion. You want to spend that on a wonderful little acid rain? All right, Vultus has picked up all of his stuff and is headed to the acid rain alchemist. Rambler has a couple more hits left to get on this Thrax heart to finish out this fight. He's having a little bit slower time because the shot hit the arm. Miracle Cure. Okay, well... and no, Mushroom and Brimstone. Not worth it. Not for Miracle Cure, at least. And we have some appropriate music now for the Thrax fight going on. There's a call bead for Vultus. Our first one found, as far as I'm aware. Alright, and Rambler takes down Thrax, and will be rewarded with a Laser Lance of his own. Boop, I'm gonna go ahead and give that to him. Vultus now returning to the village, and is gonna, skip. Go down to Strongheart's hut first and pick up all the extra gourds in the southern part of the jungle that are now accessible by cutting down the bushes, as well as hopefully getting something helpful from this drop from the alchemist that he rescued. So we'll see what is in this hut. Oh, escape. If you run out of wings, but is it castable? No. I mean, he's picked up an Atlas Medallion, and Vultus has also picked up a Mud Pepper. Maybe a couple more. Yeah, but since we've had known alchemy combinations, that we've been looking into how many Atlas Medallions and Mud Peppers get picked up, and I think it's been 1 and 1. Alright, that is everything in the southern jungle. Nothing really spectacular there. One more alchemist to check over here. Rambler also seeing that the next spell also requires an Atlas Medallion. He goes, puh, leaves. So no, I mean, we've got the Laser Lance, but we don't have a big stash of call beads. Oh, Rambler showing us what is on the call beads. For Fire Eyes, at least. Vultus going up, and away. In the Windwalker. And Rambler... Alright. Going through the village. Gonna pick up 2 bars of iron over here. Vultus now coming to Nobilia in Act 2 to buy some wings. Wings. And start the timer, do the whole blimp pit sequence to start the timer in the bazaar, in the marketplace. Also, a couple of alchemists to talk to here. So running first to the north to the fishmonger. Oh, he doesn't have enough jewels. He didn't trade for jewels yet. Plenty of money. Rambler turning on escape, why not? A bronze helmet. Okay, little defense. Vultus is going to take some time to put on the helmet. And the guard, why not? Okay. So a little bit of extra defense. Rambler cutting his way through the bushes in the southern part of the jungle. Has one more gourd down here to check. Vultus talking to the Atlas. And picking up a Crusader sword from the Atlas Alchemist. And now to go shopping for some wings and some other healing items just to have on hand. And Rambler now getting into the Windwalker and leaving Act 1. So that is everything from the bazaar right now. Rambler coming to the southern part, south of the desert. First, and Vultus is running south to get the skip. Okay, Rambler's gonna go through Crustacea and pick up all these gourd checks first. Vultus going through this sequence now. So we got a long cutscene for him to go through. So we'll see what Rambler is picking up on his side. Is there, I guess that salesman behind the crates is not a check. That'd be an interesting check. Like, take 10,000 jewels and give it to that dude for a check. Which almost puts like the 10,000 gold coins as like a fetch quest to have enough money to get that, to talk to that dude as a check. But I think that it's just vanilla. I think he gives you an amulet of annihilation. Oh boy, another Atlas medallion. Thanks, blimp. Go get this Rambler, like, get this beefy man out of my way. He's got to go around for some water. Annoying. And now Rambler's headed back to the desert to throw himself in the pit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that he just gives you the amulet of annihilation. Oh, lightning storm was learned. I didn't see that on Vultus. He picked up those two gourds back to back so quickly that I didn't see the text. So I haven't been paying attention. I don't know if that's castable or not. Rambler now going through the cutscene here, while Vultus pilfers all of the goods from the fine people of Crustacea. But yeah, I think you just get the, like I said, the amulet of annihilation and the chocobo egg from that dude. I guess it's vanilla. All right, that is... Oh, Vultus has one more check here. And this NPC plays a lot better. Lightning Storm is 1 iron, 2 mushrooms. So still not castable until really you get to ingredients purchasable in Act 3, which is annoying. Rambler now headed into the desert to go to the Beekeeper. And Vultus is headed west across the river. Gonna go to Horus's camp and then probably into the Hall of Colossia. Slow burn, oh boy. And we've got shield, we've got... Alright, Vultus checking out the different spells from the call beads. Rambler getting the rock skip north and arrives in Nobilia. And Vultus is done. Just wanted to do that check with Horus and Madronas, right? Remember all these names of these characters. So what is the game plan? Vultus is going to be leaving Act 2. Let's see if he decides to head back to Act 1, or is going to try and crack in to Ivor Keep. Or not Ivor Tower. I combined them. Ivor Tower and Ebon Keep. Yeah, he's going back to Act 1. Doesn't have enough to blast through all of those really difficult enemies. Not only the stained glass enemies are pretty tough, but also the enemies in the dungeon to allow you to get into the town of Ebon Keep. So, Vultus has instead brought his fancy pants laser lance back to Act 1, where the enemies get one shot. Be able to go through some of these boss fights a lot faster. Rambler also picked up his Crusader sword and will be leaving. And Vultus is going to climb up and do the mini-boss fight here, the Raptor Cave. This will provide a check. Rambler deciding, he kind of hovered between the two continents and is deciding to come to Act 3. So we're seeing a divergence now. Oh, missing the raptors. There we go, Raptor down. And what do we have for Vultus? It is Levitate. Okay, nice find. Nectar for Rambler. And Stop! Which is, what, 2 ethanol and 1 brimstone? What else do we have? Oh my gosh, Vultus picked up 30 call beads? Excuse me? Was that 30 call beads that he just picked up? Is that a check? Is that a thing? in the randomizer? What? Did I misread that? That's crazy. Alright, Rambler, sorry, I'm flabbergasted. Rambler taking down the enemies here in the stained glass room. Vultus learning Fireball. Is it castable? Acorn and Ash. Yes. Once you get to Act 3, you can buy up some acorns. Going ahead and turning on Levitate as well, which was Brimstone and something else. It's a lot of info to take in all at once. Rambler throwing down some earthquakes and taking care of the dancing fools. And is going to go talk to Camilla in just a second. Yeah, Vultus going, alright, I'll load up on Ash. Nice. Thanks. Now I just need to find some nuts to make this fireball. Yeah, he has 36 call beads. What? I'm watching his face cam right now. He's laughing too. Is that a thing? I've never seen that before. Well, he's got plenty of firepower now. To go through stuff. He doesn't have firepower, he has fireball. But as far as just like damage output, that's, I mean, don't squander that. That's but yeah, go ahead and use those up. That's crazy. That's a great find, because that's gonna make getting into getting through the dungeon in Ebon Keep so much easier to do when he can just throw down a bunch of like wave after wave of earthquake. Alright, Rambler's going down into the dungeon now. Let's see what he decides to do to get through this. Vultus the boy's getting snacked on while the dog, unfortunately, is taking a little dirt nap. Oh, okay, good. So, Plague. So, Rambler turns on the Wings glitch and has Plague available from Queen Blueguardian. Vultus now headed south to fight the Vipers and their Viper Commander. I did it again! Ah! Viper Commander, number 1. While Rambler is going through all of the enemies here in the dungeon. Yeah, why not? Well, that didn't do a whole lot of damage. Well, that was a lot better. That did like double damage right there. $195 earthquake. There we go. Yeah, so I think Vultus is just gonna use his laser lance. There we go. All right. Takes out the Viper Commander. Rambler plagues this robot. And is just gonna kind of wait him out. Let's see what we get at the drop here for Vultus. And he has Levitate. Is Levitate... Does he have a cast of it right now? I guess he has sequence breaks. He can get into the... It learns Lance as a spell. Okay. 2 vinegar, 2 clay. Yeah, sequence breaks are on, so Levitate being found is not a big deal unless you're trying to get into Tiny's hideout or get him to throw the rock for those 2 stranded gourds. Oh, Vultus picked up the Night Basher from the Viper Commander fight. Rambler finally breaks through the guard bot and gets into Ebon Keep. Yeah, that was on the Viper Commander. I just didn't see the text. So Rambler's now running through all the houses here in Ebon Keep. And Vultus is just getting snacked on by every single flower along the way. Let's see, where's Vultus headed? He's headed back to the Windwalker to get out of Act 1. Vultus taking stock of all of his ingredients that he has so far. All right, Lance, what do you have for us? Vultus now coming to Act 3, landing at Tinker's Tower. Cure. Ash and Brimstone. Nope. No thank you. But do you sell acorns? I know the woman in the back of the house sells acorns. Barrier, okay. Vultus picking up stop for himself. Barrier is castable. 2 wax, 2 oil. Slow burn. Rambler turns on slow burn because he's trying to get these chests out of here. Nothing important. Vultus now starting his fight against the stained glass enemies. And is missing a lot of shots. Has to be very careful here. Yeah, throw down some level 0 lance against this Viper. Awesome. Really show him who's boss. Vultus going, I don't have time for this. I have 30 call beads and 0 time. 0 tolerance for these shenanigans. And just decides to throw down a bunch of earthquakes. Alright, he's about to get a few more call beads here, as well as getting his access to Plague. All right, Rambler, done with all of the houses in the town of Ebonkeep, is not going to head back into the castle to fight Verminator, is instead going into the sewers and is going to head back out into the forest, fight the Drake, and head backwards through the forest in just a second. All right, Vultus has Wings Glitch on, and is throwing down some Plague. To get rid of these enemies here. Rambler taking a second to come back to talk to Neris, although we saw Vultus get this. Yeah, it's just four parts water. But it's nice to have that check, not be sitting in the back of your mind the rest of the run. You're like, ugh! I've missed the 50-50 twice. It could be something. And now you gotta think like, oh, I gotta go back there at some point. So never mind, Rambler just picked up the freebies, the chests in the sewers, and is leaving. I guess he feels like he doesn't have the enough damage output. So probably headed to Act 1. Just because the enemies there are weaker, and so that laser lance will actually be worthwhile. Will actually be an improvement there. Yep. Coming to land in outside of the swamp. Vultus using up some call beads and other things to try and get through this guard bot a little faster instead of waiting it out. Oh my gosh. He just doesn't take any damage. Alright. Another 17 damage from a level 0 lance. Plah! Got it. That was it. Alright, Vultus, I don't think we'll be finding anything worthwhile in the houses here. That I remember, if I remember correctly. Rambler taking down the raptors in the cave here. And we'll be rewarded with Levitate. Which is a little less important in this particular run since the sequence break glitch is in play. But it's still necessary to do a couple of things. Alright, here, we're gonna watch. I want to see Rambler's face here, watching his cam, when he picks up the 30 call beads in the gourd here. Vultus headed into the shop here to get some, I guess, armor for the dog. Wait, what? Was that a glitch on, because that was the gourd. That was supposed to be the gourd for the 30 call beads, and Rambler just picked up one. What happened? Wait, what happened? What happened? I guess we saw a very fortuitous glitch for Vultus where he picked up 30 call beads out of that chest. Rambler learning Fireball at the top of the volcano. Whoa. What the hell? Yeah, he just got two piddly little call beads and didn't get the pack of 30 that Vultus got. Well, this is a little lopsided. Just a smidge right now. Shucks. Dang it. Well. Sorry, Rambler. Be more lucky next time. I know that feeling. When it's just like... But it wasn't even like, oh, you didn't do the right thing at the right time. You didn't just go to the thing because randomizer are going to randomize. It was literally a glitch that somehow gave Vultus 30 call beads. I mean, he was laughing about it too. It wasn't like something that he was like, yes, I successfully pulled off this glitch. He was like, what? He was laughing and equally confused on his face cam. So, oh well. Okay, Vultus is almost through all of his stuff here in Ebonkeep. Rambler now coming south into the Mammoth Graveyard to fight Viper Commander number 1. And should be picking up the Night Basher here. So Rambler doesn't have the luxury of just throwing call beads. Oh, will he? He still has 7. He still has a few on him. Gonna hit the Viper Commander with Lightning Storm. Takes him out. 3 parts clay. Wait, so where was the Night Basher? Maybe he gets it from the Alchemist. Vultus headed north. Gets a Dino Skin and a call bead, so he's gonna fight Verminator, it looks like. Alright, here comes Vultus's fight with Verminator. No, where was the Night Basher then? Did I just miss the check for the Night Basher? Vultus throwing down a bunch of lightning and fire. And time for some additional casts, now that he's loaded up on Acorns and Ash. Little bit more. Almost through with Verminator. Oh, there's the Night Basher. Okay, it was just in a gourd. And I just glanced away and missed a Vultus pick that up. Oh my gosh. This rat just is staying alive. Alright. And Vultus will be picking up a shit ton of gold here. 2,700 gold pieces. Even more gold in the future once the Drake gets taken out. Like, that boss drops so much gold. A wheel! Alright, there is our first critical item found. Which means Rambler will have to go back. He did not do that fight while he went through Ebonkeep. He'll be back. It'll be easy to get to that boss. It's just a little bit more hoofing about than he would probably like. Rambler taking a second to, I guess, load back up on wings. And Vultus getting acorns to keep his cast of Fireball topped off. Oh, no, Rambler is... he's coming to Strongheart specifically to buy something. So he was talking to the item sales lady. Oh my gosh, what a rude flower. Rambler's just having it with these wimpy flowers. Just having a time. Alright, Vultus has come... Or Rambler's come back for vinegar. Vultus is getting some ash. There it is. I guess the woman in the walls sells acorns for less. But, like, how much do you really care about money at this point? And now, if they're substantially cheaper, maybe they are a lot cheaper. Because Lance was selling them for, what was that, 5 for 120? Maybe she sells them 5 for 80. I don't remember off the top of my head. Maybe it is a smaller amount, enough of a smaller price that it makes sense to do that. Rambler coming back and is going to go do the Coloptera fight, I guess. Vultus heading down into the dungeon and is going to go through the sewers. Rambler's coming here to buy. No, he's coming. What are you buying? Clay. Okay. What's going on? Voltus also has a Night Basher, so could go up Gummy Tower right now. I don't know if he really wants to do that. So no, Rambler's not headed south. Also, I guess he can't do that until he gets... What I don't remember what it is that triggers that. I think he has to go talk to Fire Eyes first, but I don't know at what point he can talk to Fire Eyes in order to trigger the possibility of the boss fight. Alright, Rambler's done with Act 1. I mean, he's not done with Act 1, but for the time being, he's leaving Act 1 and headed back to Act 3. Now that he has the Night Basher and he has some more damage output, I think that he feels like he can go forth through the boss gauntlet, fighting Verminator if he chooses to, and then fighting the bad boys on the bridge, fighting the Drake, fighting the Foot Knight. Those are all sequential. You kind of have to get through them all one after the other if you're going to go through the forest. Vultus has to be careful of these blue slimes. Very dangerous blue slimes. He's just trying to push it. Get out of the way! Push him! Oh my gosh, they're hitting hard. Yeah, Rambler has come back to Ebon Keep and is probably going to head north. Vultus just cracking open this thing. Yeah, not going to climb. He's going to go fight the Drake. Alright, big multicast here with Fireball. Alright, down goes the Drake for Vultus. 5,400 gold. Wonderful to have. Rambler exchanging money. Alright, there's Lance. Received Lance versus learned Lance. So, Vanilla Lance, that's cool. Vultus winging back through the back half of the forest to get to the bad boys on the bridge. Rambler continuing up through the stairs of the town, and he's going to start his fight against Verminator, which, as we saw Vultus earlier complete that fight, does give you the wheel. Alright, one boy down for Vultus, and here comes a multicast. Rambler now walking into and starting his fight against Verminator. Alright, two boys down. Rambler throwing down a bunch of lances. Lance now level 1. Going to cast Wings to make him and the dog invincible and continue just throwing out just death by 1,000 needles right now. What do we have at the boys? It is the Bronze Axe. Okay. Access to the pyramid. Rambler now switching from Lance to Fireballs. And down goes Verminator. Vultus headed back into the forest, back towards Ebon Keep. Is not going to go fight the Foot Knight right now. Alright, there's the wheel for Rambler. Now caught up with important checks. Although Vultus also now has the Bronze Axe, so... which Rambler could go do right now, but he looks like he's bailing on Act 3. Oh, okay. Vultus is headed north up the tower, up Gomi Tower, to do the Mongola sequence. Rambler was just backtracking to get some more acorns to cast additional bouts of fireball. And is staying in Act 3. All right. All right, Rambler's now going through the sewers underneath Ebon Keep. Vultus headed up, and now down. Casting barrier again to keep all of these drakes away from him and his dog. They can be very annoying, especially if you don't have a lot of armor. they just hit hard, and they're relentless. They don't have really an attack animation. They bump into you and just hurt you. Okay, Rambler is starting his fight with the Drake. This will grant him... No, the bronze axe is on the boys on the bridge. This will give him the lance and a bunch of money. We'd love to see it. All right, down goes the Drake for Rambler, picking up 5,400 gold, and also the lance. Go ahead and click that for him. Rambler winging backwards through the forest to get to the boys on the bridge. Vultus has made it to the top of the tower to fight Sterling. And what's the game plan here? Confuse? Oh, okay. See ya. Hey, can you hang out right there and not do anything? Thanks. And also throwing down, using up those extra glitched call beads to throw down some more lightning storms. All right, and that is the Sterling fight. Rambler has one more boy to defeat to give him the bronze axe. Let's see what we get from Gomi here. There's the bronze axe for Rambler, and he is continuing on. So he's just gonna... Oh wow, a spider's claw. Neat. Thanks. Great find. Well, so far, the Gomi Tower climb has not been helpful. So now we'll see Vultus head towards Ivor Tower. Rambler doing the same, just in a different route. Is going to climb up out of the pit here onto the chessboard to fight the knight. I guess he'll fight the foot knight. He may try to skip it because he doesn't have any ammo for the bazooka, and the knight has a very high magic defense. So it's either laser lance or probably trying to skip it. Corrosion is vanilla, also not worth it. 3 crystals and 2 feathers. No thanks. All right, yeah, Rambler is going to fight the Foot Knight and is just going to say, I don't care about your magic resistance. Have some fucking magic, dude. Like, eat fireball. Vultus trying to run against the flow of the sewage water here and is taking a lot of damage. Oh, man. He makes it to safety. And he finds some healing items, which he will need if he's going to get back into the poison. Rambler continuing to use up his entire stock of fireball. That's that. All right, so what's the game plan now? Oh, yeah. He has a few call beads. There it is. Okay, Foot Knight goes down. He gets some nectar. Neat. But also gets some money and some experience, I guess. Well, dang. Nothing to the Foot Knight, so Vultus skipping that. Arriving at the palace, all stinky, and is about to be ushered up to the Queen's room to fight Mongola. Rambler is through the hedge maze and will be going into the eastern part of the castle. May go for the skeleton key right now? I mean, it's a lot of checks right there, and so far a lot of stuff has not been found, but also then there's the entirety of the town of Ivor Tower to look through. And I don't remember how many doors, how many checks the skeleton key opens up. Obviously, there's the one check that you exchange the skeleton key for whatever the alchemist has at Fireball, or Firepower. But I don't remember how many rooms and how many chests it really opens up. It's a kind of tedious, long sequence to get just a handful of additional chest checks. So yeah, Rambler not going for the key. Vultus coming in now and starting his fight against Mongola and his puppets. Alright. While Vultus is doing his fight, let's take a look at Rambler and what he's picking up. Force Field in one of the chests there. And what else is available through the town. Bronze chestplate, a little bit of armor. It's not great, but it ain't nothing. Vultus using some more of that glitched plethora of call beads to burst down Mongola. Alright. Vultus takes down Mongola. Hopefully this will be worth something. If not, then... oh well, at least he's in Ivor Tower. Rambler gonna exchange some money and load back up on wings. Alright, King, what you got for us? A diamond eye! Okay. Potentially not required, because there are 3 diamond eyes in the pool. But it's something. At least it wasn't just like, you know, get stuffed. Here's a petal, you know? So that is our first diamond eye found. Which means Vultus is halfway to building the rocket ship. Nothing really interesting found in the town so far that Rambler's been going through. $500 gold coins. Decent find. Alright, yeah, nothing in Ivor Tower, in the town. Yeah, the only thing of note was at the Mongola fight, which was the diamond eye, and everything else has been kind of... I mean, Force Field is also nice. I'm not gonna, you know, not gonna poo-poo Force Field, but it's not entirely necessary. Also, we don't know if it's castable yet, because nobody's talked to an alchemist yet to see what its formula is. So it may just be, you know, it may be mud peppers and Atlas medallions. Just the same junk that we saw earlier in the seed. 20 gold, just kind of out here in the woods. Nice. I guess. Alright, Rambler has this last chest to pick up. Nothing. Oh my god. What an absolute trash town. Alright, and he's going to be teleporting back. He has the bronze axe, though. And he has a spear that he can throw. So he can do all the bosses here on the west side of the river at the pyramid and at the Hall of Colossia. So I guess that worked out for this sequence because it puts him right back here at Horus's camp to allow him to do those checks. Which one is he going to first? Oh, actually, hold on. Gotta crack open some stuff. Some rocks. Could also, before doing either one of these dungeons, could go open up the access to the Drain Alchemist, which is what it looks like Rambler's doing. Vultus still going through all of these checks here in the town. And is not going to find anything interesting. Okay, Rambler opens up the Drain Alchemist cave. What do we have? Nothing! Diddly and Squat. Oh, but wait, those two gourds. Neat. Okay, well. Back across the river. Oh, nope. Where's he headed? What's the game plan? Oh, it may be time for him. Maybe the timer is up and it's time for him to go do the Vigor fight. Vultus wrapping up his disappointing trek through Ivor Tower. Rambler taking some time to turn on some formulas. Alright, Rambler's actually leaving Act 2, isn't going through the pyramid. Where's he headed? Back to Act 3. Maybe, okay, I bet he's loading back up on ingredients so that he can cast spells at the bosses to get through them a little quicker. Yeah, probably coming here to buy Ash and Acorn to continue casting Fireball. Vultus now throws himself down the well. Force field, 2 iron, 2 water. Okay, there's something. Yeah, I have a feeling that's what Rambler came back to do, is load back up on some assured big damage before going and fighting the bosses in Act 2. Vultus now cutting through the rocks and rubble, and it's not going to pick up anything interesting. Oh, Rambler may be going through the swamp to go to Salabog first. I know he's come back to Fire Eyes Village. Vultus gets his big handful of air from the Drain Alchemist. Rambler has come back here. What does he come back for? But while he's in Act 1, he could do the swamp and do the volcano. Vinegar. What is vinegar being used for? Is that Lance? I'm trying to remember what all the different formulas are that we found so far. Vultus is taking a little bit of time to load up on formulas. And Rambler headed now to the Acid Rain Alchemist to buy something specifically from him as well. It's a lot of running around. Alright, yeah, Rambler is leaving Act 1. Vultus, I guess, is setting up just invincibility glitch. Oh, and he hasn't visited the beekeeper in the desert yet. Rambler's coming back to Act 2, south of the desert. So where are you headed? Where are you going first? I figured that if he wanted to do the Vigor fight, he would have already gone to Nobilia and landed there. So yeah, it looks like he's headed back across the river. Vultus picking up a spiky collar for free for his dog. Will he pause and put it on? Or is he just like picking it up just to have it on hand? Vultus coming back to an empty marketplace. And he's going to start his fight against Vigor, the Indestructible. Rambler headed south to the pyramid first. Okay. He's got the bronze axe. He can do this whole thing. Vultus has a long sequence ahead of him, but also has 7, 8 gourds in the holding chamber that is only accessible through this fight. Alright, Rambler has headed into the pyramid now. Oh! And these bone buzzards are going to be a problem. Boo! Alright, let's see what we have here in the waiting room. So far, nothing. Bunch of nothing. Okay, not important. There's the bronze spear. Why is that one with the exclamation mark? None of the other ones are. Alright, Rambler with level 5 Fireball and level 3 or 4 Lance going through and one-shotting some of these enemies, which, you know, once again with the extra experience and money gain, you know, could be worthwhile. The Revealer, Yahoo. It's neat that Revealer is locked behind, like, in the pyramid. That's cool. Alright, here comes Vultus's fight against Vigor. Rambler still, we're going to try and keep one eye on the left side of the screen to see what he picks up. Vultus throwing down a Plague. Cryoblast. Oh, man. Great find there for Rambler. Trying to get this cat out of the way. Nope. Nukes them with some rods of God from the sky. Oh, man. Great defense there. Rambler's actually going to take a second to put on the helmet. 117 armor. Let's get cooking. That's going to help him out a lot. Yeah, now these buzzards, they just stop him. They don't obliterate him. Vultus fighting a beefy man in a chariot with Fireball. But same thing with the Foot Knight. He is has high magic resistance. So, but I mean, if that's what you've got to take him down, then that's what you've got. All right, and that's it. Down goes Vigor. Rambler will have an easier time against this fight if he chooses to do it, since he's picked up these cryoblasts. All right, what is our reward? Ha! Awesome, nothing. Neat. Rambler picking up Flash out of a pot. People, I love that. Please accept this reward. And just get stuffed. Alright, so that was a pretty unsatisfactory trip to Nobilia. Rambler's about to start his mini-boss fight against the Sons of Anhur. Well, first, has a couple of pots here to check out. Vultus now headed south through the desert. All right, here comes Rambler's fight. And Vultus should be picking up something, gets Revive from Blimp. 10,000 gold coins. Man, this pyramid is loaded. Cryoblast, 10,000 gold coins. No required items. The Bronze Spear was also here. Revealer was here. Uh-oh, Rambler getting poisoned as are randomized or shuffled is the old way of saying it. Evermore music kicks in with the appropriate pyramid tunes. Vultus headed back to Act 3. Probably going to buy some more acorns and ash, I guess. Gold-plated vest. Slight improvement over the bronze vest. Not really. And that should be everything in the pyramid before picking up the pupper. Oh, nope, one more. Hold on, wait. This is important. Vultus has come back. I was just going to change over some money. Oh, right. He needs to exchange money at a normal vendor in order to have gold to buy some ingredients. So let's see, how much are you selling acorns for? 50, yeah, instead of 120? Okay. I guess it's worth the trip. They have plenty of money. It's not a big deal right now. Yeah, she sells stuff for much cheaper. All right, Rambler has gotten through the pyramid and is about to start his fight against Rimsala, and from his equipment right now with the bazooka on his back, yeah, he's just going to sit back. 2 shots. Rimsala gets 2,700 jewels, and what else? We will see in just a moment. Is this a good play? No. Okay. So we got the Bronze Spear, which was unnecessary. We got Cryoblasts, which have been helpful. Revealer, which is unnecessary. Poisoned, which is unwarranted. Firepower, okay. Mud pepper and grease. God, can we get something a little better? Sting has 2 crystal, 1 brimstone. That may be worth it. At this point, Rambler has leveled up Lance and Fireball, both to like level 5 or something. All right, Vultus hasn't fought the Foot Knight yet, so he's coming here to do that. I don't think this had anything important here. Man, where's the stuff? We're an hour and 11 minutes in, and we have found the wheel. Vultus has gotten a diamond eye. All right, Rambler's now headed into the hall. After taking care of the pyramid to the south, has run north to take out the Hall of Colossia. He's going to, I guess going to check out this pot first and hit the switch. The other thing in the pyramid was old reliable, so great defense. All right, Vultus takes down Foot Knight and goes back to Ebon Keep. Rambler now coming into the den of the Megatar, which he's going to blow up with a bunch of high-level fireballs, which, you know, that's vanilla, right? That's vanilla playstyle. Boom. Done. 8,100 jewels is a ton of money, which is nice to add to the coffers, and a diamond eye. Okay, we have seen 2 diamond eyes now, one at Mongola and one now at Megatar. The 3rd diamond eye is somewhere else. So hopefully Rambler can just find that and won't have to do the whole Mongola sequence, but Vultus loading back up on ash and acorns and iron, all sorts of goodies. Rambler now headed through the rest of the halls. Speed! Zoom. Alright, that's all the pots on the southern part of this quadrant. Rambler's about to now head across the bridge to hit the switch, and there's a couple of gourds that way. Vultus headed back into the castle of Ivor Tower. I mean, of Ebon Keep, excuse me. So we haven't seen Salabog. We haven't seen the volcano yet. There's a lot of gourds there. There are 2 bosses there. You also still have the Mad Monk fight here for Rambler. Vultus moonwalking through the sky to come back to Act 1, yeah. Oh! Rambler missing one of his precious cryoblast shots, and then the second one lands, takes him out. Alright, that's 2 quadrants down for Rambler, 2 to go. What is Vultus doing? Okay, there it is. I was like, why is he... Yeah. You'd think that he would decide to go through the swamp first before going through the volcano, since the volcano is going to send you away from Act 1. We are still checking all of the gourds, since the energy core is shuffled in somewhere. Alright, there's Quadrant 3 for Rambler. He's going to wing out after hitting that first switch. And now has the 4th and final quadrant to go through to talk to Madronis' brother, as well as fight against the Mad Monk. Alright, Vultus, leaving the dog behind at the checkpoint after taking out the last Frippo, creates the bridge to get to Blimp's hut to fight Salabog, which saves the time of backtracking. And here comes the fight. Fireballs and storms lightning storms being thrown. Boom. Oh, no, not boom. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, it's hard. It was hard to tell the shaking of the camera and everything like that. I didn't see the head actually explode. It just kind of disappeared. And I thought it sunk back down. So yeah, okay, that was the Salabog fight over and done with. Let's see what we get from Blimp after rescuing him from the monster of the deep. Here comes Rambler's fight against the Mad Monk. Just gonna throw down a couple of fireballs. A little bit of overkill there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Nitro, okay. It's a little... I mean, we're kind of committed at this point. Unless it is cheap and easy to come by, I don't think there's going to be a pivot. But a very powerful spell if we can afford it. Another... Okay, so Rambler has a choice of Mongola or Salabog. I know which one I would like to choose. Volta is taking a little nap. So we don't know where the gauge is, and we don't know where the energy core is. This also opens up for Vultus the fight. I guess this is Coliptera. Once you get 2 Diamond Eyes, you can go talk to Fire Eyes, and she'll do the sequence to have the conversation to open up the sequence to Coliptera. Vultus could also do the Volcano. Could also now do the Aegis fight, which opens up the underground area to get to Aquagoth, as well as doing Tiny's hideout. Rambler's still not going to do the Vigor fight. I guess he's waiting to get 2 Diamond Eyes to maybe do Vigor and Aegis like at the same time, just kind of back to back, if that is necessary. He may be waiting to do that as like a last location type thing. Coming back to Act 1. All right, so Rambler, this is a good move. This will give him his 2nd Diamond Eye if he chooses to go through the... Well, he's landed back at Fire Eyes Village. Okay. Is he coming back just to shop? Oh my god. Yeesh. Vultus, meanwhile, has gone into the volcano. Thunderballs, okay. Good to find that ammo. Nitro is no. 2 meteorite, 2 grease. Get out of here. Boo. There's the energy core for Vultus and that gourd in the volcano. So now we are just looking for the gauge. And Rambler's in Act 1, so this is the same act as a 2nd Diamond Eye and the energy core so far. So he really needs to commit to staying here and not going... I mean, that being said, what else does he have? Like, where else can he go right now? He doesn't have much else. Particle bombs. So Vultus finding some ammo here in for the bazooka in the volcano. Vultus on his way now to the Viper Commander fight, number 2. And yeah, Rambler having the conversation here, getting 6 call beads. Oh, doing this first. Is this... Wait. So he's getting the 6 call beads, going through this conversation with Elizabeth, and then may walk back into her hut to have the conversation about Coloptera? Or however that name is said. Or maybe he was just getting 6 more call beads for reasons. I don't know. Alright, Vultus is about to start his fight here with the 2nd Viper Commander. Rambler has come to the volcano. The gold-plated vest. Alright. So the energy core is here for Rambler. So far, nothing else been found by Vultus. Nothing on the Viper Commander 2 fight. About to head to the back to go fight Magmar. Rambler picking up some Thunderballs, though he will also find some Particle Bombs here in just a moment. Vultus now headed to the back, into the sewers. And there is the energy core for Rambler. So he needs to go to Salabog and needs to hope that Magmar is not the gauge. Otherwise, this is kind of sunk for him. Particle bombs for Rambler, and now he's headed to the back catacombs area. Vultus has picked up most of the gourds. I think he's on the way to the switch right now. Yeah. Oh, there's Explosion. Did Vultus pick that up? Rambler's going to check it out. Acorn and Feather. I mean, you go back to Act 3, you can, and it's 1 and 1. You could load up on that. But it is, you know, right now, level 0. So, also, you know, you're spending 2 acorns for Fireball, which at this point is level, like, 5 or something like that, so... I don't know, it's probably not worthwhile switching in the middle of everything. Vultus now starting his fight against Magmar here. Looking for the gauge, that's it. Here comes a huge burst of multicast. But oh, he comes screaming out and casts Heat Wave. Let's see what this damage is. Nothing. Dingle dangle nothing. No damage. There's Fireball and a Lightning Storm. I guess he's just casting Lightning Storm against a relatively weak boss to level it up so that he has some more stuff. A Titanium Vest. Wait, did Vultus pick that up too? I'm so confused. 3 parts Dry Ice. Rambler backs out. I thought Vultus picked something else up. Or maybe there was something else up on the screen. You know, that's one thing about this this randomizer, this game, is sometimes the text from a previous thing like stays up too long, and you're like, okay, what did I get? Did I get something? Alright, so Vultus is getting kicked out of Act 1. Rambler abandoned the volcano, did not go to Magmar. I guess he's like, well, before I get kicked out, is he gonna go do, the swamp? No, he's coming back. What? Okay. I guess the time is now for Rambler to do the Vigor fight, which leads to nothing. Okay. These are choices. Vultus is going to go talk to Blimp. Doesn't have any money. He's got to go exchange stuff. I guess could make a hard save here. And there's nothing here for Rambler in this waiting area for Vigor. Vultus, with his 2 diamond eyes, is now headed north to Nobilia. This is going to start the Aegis fight, with Aegis, much like Sterling at the top of Gomi Tower, doesn't drop anything inherently, just unlocks another boss. Well, I guess you get something from Gomi himself, because he's, as an alchemist, I think that's where you get super heal. So you get something at the top there, you just don't get anything for defeating the boss. It's an alchemy check and not a boss check. I think. Pretty sure that's how it's coded. I may be mistaken. But I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So we've got 2 fights here in Nobilia happening simultaneously. Rambler fighting against Vigor, which is going to give him nothing. Vultus is going to be fighting against Aegis, which will give him inherently nothing. But then we'll unlock 2 areas where he can go fight some other bosses, do some other checks. And check some other Gourds. Although I guess Gourd checks are not necessary anymore. I think that he's found everything in Gourds that he's going to that is a helpful item. I'm pretty sure that the gauge is going to be on a boss. Alright. Both bosses go down. Vultus now has a long conversation to go through with Horus. Rambler is about to pick up... I don't remember what this drop was here. It wasn't much of anything. It may be nothing, in fact. Yeah, nothing! Wow! We're all thrilled. Where did Vultus's boy go? I just realized... Oh, there he is. He just wandered off. I just realized that Horus was talking just to the dog. Both of our players are in the marketplace. Vultus is beelining for what has just opened up. From this Aegis boss fight. Rambler instead is going to be lifting a rock and giving a tapestry to Tiny, so that he can get these 2 Gourd checks. Alright, Vultus can come here and talk to the Double Drain. And it's Vanilla Double Drain. Neat. Cool. Thanks. Needed that. Alright, dude. Rambler went through the whole thing of getting the rock thrown for reasons, and then just leaves Act 2. Doesn't go to see what it is. I don't know. Alright, Rambler's on his way to his second Diamond Eye. Vultus is now headed into Tiny's hideout. I was about to call it Tiny Town. Back into Tiny Town. Hell yeah. Yeah, Rambler will be picking up his second Diamond Eye here at the end of the swamp when he fights Salabog. And yeah, Vultus is just headed for boss checks right now. Is skipping all of the Gourds. Rambler leaving the dog in place, sniffing the ground so that he can skip the walk back through the bog. Alright, Vultus is done with the Tiny Conundrum. There's the gauge! Alright. So that should be go mode. Wow, that sucks. You have to do the Aegis fight for that. Vultus getting a little bit of shopping done. Here comes Rambler's fight against Salabog. This will be his second Diamond Eye. And then, I mean, after getting 2 Diamond Eyes, he'll have to get a couple more boss fights in, which is just awesome. Vultus spending a little bit of time leveling spells up. I don't know what this is. Lance is now level 1. I guess he just feels like he doesn't have the damage output. I don't know what this is. Maybe a full boss rush on hard is just an insane undertaking, and there needs to be some grinding that happens beforehand, because otherwise it's just like, go buy, 90 cryoblasts and get to it. So I guess this is just a much more difficult undertaking than I know it to be. Anyway, Rambler has taken down Salabog and will be picking up his second Diamond Eye here in a second. Vultus lances halfway through level 3. Fireball's level 6. Some pretty nice damage there. Alright, there's Diamond Eye number 2. Okay, so Rambler has done everything in Act 1 except for Calyptera and Magmar. Vultus exchanging his money so that he can afford some more ingredients. Rambler now coming back to Act 3, probably to go shopping to load up on alchemy ingredients as well. No, Rambler has exactly 10,000 coins from the pyramid find. Vultus, I guess double drain is 1 and 1. So he's just taking a little bit of time to level it up that he can use for, I guess, pinch healing. All right. Rambler's on the path. He has come back immediately after getting his second Diamond Eye to cash them in for the Aegis fight. So this is the proper move. Vultus getting double drained to level 3. Yeah, I guess he's just using that. Like, this is his heal spell. But the other thing, I guess, just because it's a 1-to-1 ratio for the alchemy cost, he's getting it just leveled up so he can have 90 plus casts on hand. Yeah, what was that one? It was 1 limestone and 1 something else. I didn't see what the other thing was because I was trying to track where it was in the list. All right, here comes Rambler's fight with Aegis. Is it water and limestone? It's water and limestone. Incredible. Rambler throwing down a bunch of lances. As well as a cryoblast, why not? Alright, yeah, Vultus has 98 casts of Double Drain at level 4 right now, so... Rambler menuing back and forth, waiting for the masks to drop. Like, the first possible moment that the mask is down, he's going to throw a bunch of spells down. Alright, there goes Aegis. So now Rambler just has to go do Tiny's hideout to get the gauge, and he will be in go mode as well. Vultus is taking a little bit of time after getting that gauge to just ready himself up for the journey. So he's about to blast off to space. As Rambler is about to watch the energy core get thrown. Why don't you just get Tiny to throw you to Omnitopia? Why did we never think of that? Just strongman-powered spacefarers. Alright, Vultus has landed in Omnitopia. And has some shopping to go do. Go get some ammo. Alright, yeah, Vultus coming in to exchange some ammo and buy some bazooka ammo here after exchanging money, excuse me, not exchanging ammo. Oh yeah, can also buy some ingredients here. Ooh, Rambler coming to talk to Horus, just in case this is the drop, this is the gauge. It's not, but good to remember this, that this check is here. Call up. Ooh. Wait. Oh, he's forgotten that, infinite ammo is not an allowed glitch this time around. So Vultus is coming back down. I was wondering, I was like, why did he not buy any ammo? Taking a look at how much of each alchemy spell he has to cast. And now, yeah, he's loading up on cryoblasts. Rambler cutting a little bit of time off of his traveling by just flying south. Alright, what was behind this rock throw for Rambler? Water wings. Pool floaties. Yeah, Vultus getting all the bells and whistles here. Except, of course, for armor. But, you know... whatever. Big shrug on the armor. Rambler now headed across the river. Vultus is going to make a save here just in case things go horribly wrong during this hard mode full boss rush. Rambler picking up Double Drain and not caring. Seeing what it's limestone and water, I don't care. That does not interest me in the slightest. What is Vultus doing? What is this? He's coming to the lab. But for what? For what purpose? I guess he's just checking stuff out. Maybe he wants to shop here where the best armor is, question mark. All right, Rambler is in Tiny's hideout. He's gonna lift this rock and crack on in. Oh, Vultus also picking up the stuff for the call beads on a mud pepper. Okay, neat. Thanks for the pepper, Professor. What's going on? What? I guess Vultus is going back down to the surface, to shop, to make sure he has, like, everything he needs. He is making sure that he is super ready for this boss rush. I was like, what is... You have everything. Go do the thing. But I guess he's just going to make sure you have enough damage to get through this. I guess, yeah, difficulty hard mode, full boss rush is a bitch and a half to get through, as we're about to see. Vultus doesn't have any gold! Rambler picks up the gauge and is in go mode and laughs about it and is like, of course, it's in a horrible location. Oh my gosh, Vultus, you're just, yeah, I think he's being overly cautious, it feels like. Maybe not. But this just feels like a huge time sink, going around and purchasing all of these scattered ingredients from different vendors using different currencies. All right, Rambler blasts off, heads back to Act 3 to Tinker's workshop. Vultus has now, after exchanging money, has come here to bother this poor woman in the back of the house again, to bother her about acorns and clay and ash. Dirty woman, friend of the squirrels. Give me clay and ash and nuts, and I will give you huge piles of gold. I will give you a lot of credits. Credits? What are credits? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. And he changed these out. All right, Rambler's headed to space. And Rambler touches down in Omnitopia. All right. Let's see what he decides to do. He takes a look through his inventory. He's still got a few cryoblasts left from picking them up in the pyramid, but still needs to go and purchase them and reload on them. Vultus checks this this page here just in case it's something, and it's nothing. It's a regrowth. All right, and as Vultus headed back up, okay, yeah, he's ascending, and Rambler is getting the skip to go to the shop. Oh, Vultus is coming back. What is it? What? Just makes a save at the professor's lab, I guess. Double checking everything again. Rambler's buying bazooka ammo now. What is this? Uh-oh. Well, let's see if we can push forward a little bit here in the timeline. Okay, so we're slightly out of sync. Didn't know that was going to happen. Alright. Rambler still buying bazooka ammo. Vultus now getting the skip. Alright. Vultus is dropping in. Here we go, starting the hard difficulty full boss rush to finalize and finish out this seed. Hockey sticking some bombs up to the fans and the speakers to take them out. Oh, doesn't quite gather them together in time for that one. Rambler taking a second to save before moving forward. And Rambler's just going. Rambler's just like, fuck it, I'm here, let's go. Just full sends it. Doesn't care. buys up a bunch of ammo and then goes, good enough. I've got how many bazooka shots? I'll be able to take it. No problem. All right, Vultus is now in phase 2, waiting for these first Cyber Raptors to show up. Rambler now punting a bunch of bombs north to take out the speakers, using the dog to stop some of the bombs. Vultus setting the dog to aggressive, and also has, I guess that's barrier up, is not taking any damage. Rambler's got another speaker left, and I don't know if he has anything... Oh, and a fan. I don't know if he has anything to the left. One speaker to the left. All right. Stops a couple of bombs. Hopefully this will be enough to take that down and finish out his first phase. Yes. All right. So Rambler is done with phase 1, about to drop into phase 2. I have to wait for all of these screens to populate. And yeah, Vultus using the weaker bazooka shots to take out these first wave of raptors. Rambler also turning his dog into aggressive mode, into attack mode. And also casting a bunch of speed. Oh, speed is now level 1! So much speed! That boy is juiced! Rambler opts for the particle bombs against these guys. I do not know what Vultus picked. The dog's doing some damage. The dog is, you know, swinging for as much damage as Vultus is with his bazooka. So... Alright, one raptor down for Vultus. And it looks as though I only see one raptor moving around on Rambler's side. I guess he's taking one down as well. Nope, there he is. He showed back up. Vultus taking control of the dog to pin down this raptor in the corner, while the boy autonomously runs around and fires bazooka shots. Alright. First wave of raptors done for Vultus. And here comes the second round of raptors. Rambler takes down his first wave of raptors. Yeah, this is a slog to get through. Higher defense on these enemies, so they just are just beefy. They just survive. Rambler casts another bout of speed on the boy. Keeps the dog aggressive. Casts speed on the dog. Whew, this is a long sequence. This takes a long time to get through these guys. Alright, Rambler has, had, yeah, these docile raptors up by the televisions. Vultus, however, has them all running all over the place, but the dog is able to hit them both at the same time, so that's kind of nice. So stacking up the damage from the dog attack. All right, one raptor down on Vultus's side. One raptor down for Rambler as well. So they're neck and neck as far as dealing damage and taking out these raptors. All right, Rambler has taken the lead through the boss rush, taking out his two raptors in phase 2, or the second wave of raptors, before Vultus has taken his out. Vultus being just overly cautious, I think. Which, you know what? I'm seeing it now. Like, I get it. I get the fear of wanting to be sure that you have enough damage to get through this whole thing. Because, man, it takes some time. Alright, Vultus now switching to the particle bombs. And is about to start up his third wave of raptors. Rambler now pelting his raptors with particle bombs still. So it's good that both of them decided to change the dog to aggressive, because the dog is adding a lot of damage here. And is adding some crowd control with getting the raptors to stop moving, to basically like take damage and get frozen, to allow the players with the boy to more easily land some bazooka hits, since they're not moving so erratically. All right, first raptor goes down for Rambler. The other raptor is just stuck in the corner. Vultus, however, has his aggroed and moving around. All right, second raptor goes down. Rambler is done with the third wave of raptors. First raptor for Vultus goes down in wave 3. All right, here comes Rambler against the Eye of Rimsala. And they are weak to magic, so he is octocasting some lances right now. Lances, not great for the eyes. Alright, Vultus takes down his two... his third wave of raptors, and he's about to start off with his fight against the 3 Eyes of Rimsala. Alright, Rambler is out of Lance and now switching to Fireball. Second eye goes down. Vultus is opting for Lightning Storm on his first eye. Some more Fireball from Rambler. Another bazooka shot. Alright, Rambler levels up, and that is the 3 eyes down, switching back to the Cryoblast to get ready for the fight against the bad boy and the bad dog. Vultus throwing down a bunch of fireballs. There's 1 eye down. And here comes a bunch of casts. Alright, Rambler shooting for that quick kill, misses with the first bazooka shot, but the boy is down, and now here comes the fight against the dog. This is gonna be rough. Pun intended. I know what I'm doing sometimes. Vultus throwing down some lightning storms and fireballs. He's just bringing all of the wrath of deities down on these eyes. Alright, 2 eyes down. Rambler has the dog pinned down in the corner and is letting loose with the bazooka Oh, he's escaped. He's broken containment, but he's not aggressive. All right, the third eye goes down for Vultus. We're crossing the 2-hour mark in the middle of this fight. This is a long fight. And so now Vultus is about to start his fight against the duplicates, but against the clone. Here comes the bad boy first, which he's just going to throw down. I mean, he has a bunch of double drain, so level 4 double drain is going to be, yeah, plenty. Okay. The dog goes down for Rambler, and he is ready for his fight now against Metal Magmar, which will be popping through the TV in any moment. Vultus fighting with the Dark Toaster. And I think still has particle bombs equipped. No, he's switched to, I mean, there's no way the particle bombs are doing 600 damage. He switched to Cryoblast. All right, big cast from Rambler. 4,000 damage done. So once again, it's hard mode, so they have extra defenses and stuff like that, but also because it's full boss rush, Metal Magmar has 25,000 hit points, and then Carltron's robot has 30,000. So it is a big undertaking to get through all of these enemies. And this is after fighting 3 waves of raptors and... Alright. Well, oh no, it's hard to tell what's going down with everything there. Vultus is still trying to pin down the dog and take him out with his dog and bazooka. Alright, Rambler throwing just everything at it. Fireballs and call beads and just... We're seeing a lot of big 4-digit numbers go down. More lightning, more fire. All right. And now all he has left to do is take down Carltron's robot, and he should have plenty of Cryoblast left to do this, so he just has to sit back and let it happen. Casting speed so that he has a better recharge rate. Vultus is still trying to hunt down this stupid dog. He's missing with some bazooka shots. So yeah, Rambler just has to kind of sit back and take this guy out. Vultus switching to the Cryoblast, I guess. Or not Cryoblast, the Particle Bomb. I guess wants to save his Cryoblast just to make sure he has enough damage to deal with Carltron. Alright, bad dog is down for Vultus. But Rambler is just so far in the lead now during this boss rush. Even though, once again, because of Vultus's little break that he took, even though his timer is 30 seconds behind, he is well more than 30 seconds behind in the fight itself. Here comes Metal Magmar for Vultus, and he's got so much stuff to throw at him. He's ready. He went shopping. He has so much damage to throw. Here comes 8 Octocasts of Fireballs, Octocasts of Lightning Storms for 7,900 damage. All right. Over a quarter of his health dealt right there. Here's another double Octocasts. Blam! Another 7,700 damage. All right, doing that one more time will get him pretty close to done. That was 8,000. All right, yeah, he's really close to done. There's no reason to double Octocast again, unless you just want to ensure it. But that's 7 and 7 and 8 and change. Wow, 8,700. Yeah. All right, and just as Vultus is finishing off Metal Magmar and starting his fight with Carltron's robot, Rambler finishes up with a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, 14 seconds. GG's. Vultus is now crossing over the real time. Now our times are lining back up again. And he still has his whole fight to go through. He has 66 Cryoblast shots. I think that's what that said. That went by very quickly, which should be plenty so long as they hit. He's also got the dog attacking, but I mean, he's got 30,000 hit points to get through. Ugh, and he's safe. He's not going to take any damage back there. It's just, you just got to wait it out. Meanwhile, Rambler breathing a sigh of relief that he is done with this seed. and we will just wait through. Vultus should be done in the next minute or so, I would guess. You just got to keep firing cryoblasts up the tailpipe. We're just waiting it out. It's a lot of health. It just takes a long time. Even with a bazooka that does 800 damage, it's just a wall of hit points. All right, that looks like it. Boom! Vultus is done with a time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, 3 seconds. GG's to Vultus. Oh, man. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this stupid seed. We had a diamond eye on Salabog, which isn't that bad. It's a little out of the ways, but it's not a very difficult boss to get to, and you can then, like, wing out of the swamp. So it's not a big deal. It's just there's nothing else really along the way. There's a few gourds. That's about it. We had one on Mongola, right? Ugh, gross. That's the one that Vultus found. And then the other diamond eye was where? I'm trying to remember. It was something... What is it that Rambler did that Vultus did not? I can't remember. We had the energy core in the volcano in a gourd. We had the wheel very early on. I don't even remember what that was. Was the wheel in the raptor cave? I think that's where it was. And then the gauge, finally, after a long trek, was in Tiny's hideout. And then yeah, Vultus was way ahead of Rambler, but just took. I think he was being. I mean, here's the thing: we just saw firsthand how difficult it is to get through a hard mode full boss rush. It's a crazy amount of defense. It's a crazy amount of health. You're fighting 3 waves of raptors, the 3 Rimsalas or Eyes of Rimsala. The boy, not a big deal. The Dark Toaster, horrible. And then as long as you have like decent alchemy, you can get through Metal Magmar pretty easily, and then just make sure that you have enough cryoblasts at the end. But really, it's the raptors. The raptors just, you gotta pin them down, they're moving around. Carltron's robot is a shit ton of health, but it's not like a difficult fight or anything like that. He's just sitting there bouncing around. He's not evading or anything like that. You don't have to hunt him down. It just takes a long time, and you have to have enough physical damage to get through stuff. So without the Atlas glitch, it's like, okay, well, buy a bunch of bazooka shots, survive, which you can do. They had the wings glitch, they had barrier, they had all this other stuff that they could cast to ensure that they would, you know, not be targeted or take damage or anything like that. But yeah, it's such a slog to get through. I mean, the final fight was like 15 minutes or something like that of the seed was just the boss sequence. Man, it's just crazy. But yeah, Vultus was running around buying a bunch of stuff up for alchemy, and like, yeah, you can throw it against the Eyes of Rimsala, you can throw it against Metal Magmar, but after that, it's like, really, you just need the physical damage. And I think that he just, like, was overly cautious in loading up on, like, all of his spells. I think if he had picked, like, 2 to go and buy stuff for, because did he have Lance as well? Rambler was using Lance. Vultus was using Fireball and Lightning Storm. Maybe he also had Lance, I don't remember. But it just felt like he just took too long going in and gathering stuff up. And he should have just, like, pulled the trigger on it and been more confident and assertive in that in getting to the end, because he was way ahead of Rambler. Oh well. I mean, such as the randomizer. I've had that plenty of times going through the Secret Mono randomizer where I've been way overly cautious at the end when I should have just like sent it and beaten the thing. And instead I've gone and bought a bunch of items and bought a bunch of, gone from shop to shop to shop looking for upgrades for armor. And then it's just like, well, it just burned a lot of time. I should have just gone and done the thing. And then it wound up not being a big deal. You get to the end of the game and you go, well, I didn't need all that shit. Oh, well. But it was well run for both Rambler and Vultus. GG's to both of them. Congrats on getting through the seed. Nonetheless, it was a great show. That is it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this commentary. If you want to play the Evermizer yourself, there's a link down below in the description of the video to the website where you can get the program either for your computer or you can use the browser-based, I guess the Evermizer itself to generate a seed inside of the browser for you to use and for you to run. If you want to join the Discord community for the Evermizer, randomizer, and the as well as a lot of information about speedrunning and stuff like that, Seek of Evermore, there's a link below to the Discord server. Come and hang out and ask some questions and run the weekly seed yourself and get some hot tips and tricks from some people that are very knowledgeable in this game. Don't be a stranger, and also don't be a stranger to Rambler and Vultus. Thank you to both of them for letting me recast both of their VODs here, and so you should go and support them. I've got links below to their channels. You should go and give them follows and likes and whatever it is on each subsequent platform. Go do that. Support them. That's it for me. Thank you so much once again for tuning in and listening, and I will see you all next time. Bye.